Welcome everyone to After the Bell here on the YouTube channel Renegade of Wrestling. Thank you all for watching, as you do every week, as you do every time I put the show up, whenever I do put the show up. Actually, it's whenever Jay puts the show up, because he does that work, because Jay's awesome like that. Anyway, a lot of you seem to like the randomness of the last show, where I did questions not just about wrestling, even though that's pretty much Stat Boy's job. But I'm going to go ahead and go with that. There are going to be some wrestling questions, because I got a few of them that are really good from the YouTube channel, but there's also going to be some non-wrestling stuff. I'll do the wrestling stuff first, and then if y'all want to cut off, that's fine too, whatever you want to do. This is from Wrestling Tube 101 on the YouTube channel. How many more mid-card titles does Kofi need to win before he goes over? Depends who's booking. No. I've talked about this before on other shows, I think. Kofi is one of the guys who will be on the cusp, if you will, of reaching the World Championship, the WWE Championship, but he won't quite attain it. He's a great U.S. champion. He's been a great Intercontinental champion. He's a great tag team champion with Evan right now, but I don't see him winning the big one. I don't know why. It's not, you know, y'all say, oh, this is Jeff's racist, and that's not what it is. It's just a matter, I don't see him being the guy, being the lead dog in the pack. I don't see him being the WWE or the World Heavyweight Champion. I don't know why. It just doesn't sound right. This is from SpinnerNetFan1. I was listening to a recent shoot interview by a former WWE writer, and he said that they were ready to turn John Cena heel during the whole Cena joining Nexus angle, via Cena becoming leader instead of Punk. If this had happened, where do you see Cena, Wade Barrett, and CM Punk's careers today? Cena would have gotten what he wants, gotten what we want, and he would have been heel. Leading Nexus would have been a great thing for him, not in the long run, but in the short term, and then he could have just gone off on his own from there as a heel. Punk probably would be where he is. Punk would have eventually gotten frustrated and wanted to leave and backed off and did the whole contract negotiation thing. That's still a great angle. Wade Barrett would be in deep crap right now. Wade Barrett would have been instant babyface because Cena turned on him and ousted him and blah, 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 and it would have killed Wade Barrett's career. So I think with Punk doing it and Cena still being the babyface that Barrett could go after as part of the blame or whatever you want to call it, I think it worked out better. So Cena joining Nexus would have hurt Wade Barrett in the long run, which I don't want to see happen because I like Wade Barrett a lot. This is from Bonita Mia Vlogs. Alright. Fantasy match. CM Punk versus Stone Cold Steve Austin in his prime. Who takes it? You know, in his prime, nobody can touch Stone Cold Steve Austin. Not The Rock, not Triple H, not Mr. McMahon, not anybody. Nobody could touch Steve Austin when he was Stone Cold in his prime in the late 90s, early 2000s. So Punk would put up a hell of a fight, no question about that, but at the end of the day, Stone Cold Stunner wins it. This is from Rexo619. Okay, how good is Jerry Lynn as a wrestler? I've heard of him, but I've never actually seen him wrestle. Is he good? I'm going to give a really cheap and ridiculous plug to an old DVD that really isn't even on sale anymore because there's so much stuff in there. Rob Van Dam, One of a Kind. There's 2 matches on there with Jerry Lynn. One from Living Dangerously 1999 and one from Guilty as Charged 2001. Both those matches are sick. But really, any RVD Jerry Lynn match is awesome. Jerry Lynn's a former ECW World Champion, former WWE Light Heavyweight Champion, former Ring of Honor World Champion, which not a lot of people get to hold that prize, the Ring of Honor Championship. That's for the real wrestlers of the world. And for Jerry to have been there when people considered him out of his prime by the time he actually won the gold speaks volumes about Jerry Lynn's success rate and his abilities. So go watch Ring of Honor stuff with Jerry Lynn, ECW stuff with Jerry Lynn, YouTube Jerry Lynn ECW, YouTube Jerry Lynn Ring of Honor, and tell me how good you think he is after all that. Alright, now we're into the other questions, the Forumspring questions. These are going to be random. I haven't even seen these yet, okay, I promise you. Rihanna named Esquire's sexiest woman alive. Is she? I will grant that Rihanna's hot. There's no question Rihanna's one of the hottest entertainers, artists, whatever you want to call it out there. Is she the sexiest of all? There's debate. And I could go off for the next 15 minutes and waste all my camera time on this subject. Is she the sexiest woman alive? No. Who is? I'll leave that all in y'all's hands. Comment board, let me know who you think, and I'll go from there when I see the results. Designer makes dress from cow nipples. Great or gross? That's wrong. That's wearing cow nipples. End of the day. That's bad. It's very, very bad. How many languages do you speak? I speak English. I speak good gibberish. I used to speak Ebonics, but then I was told I'm not allowed to anymore. So pretty much just English. Yeah. Should plus-size women get their own hair salons? This is a loaded question. Hair salons? No, I don't think. I think that all women can get their hair done in equal places. That's not a huge issue. They do have plus-size stores for women to buy clothes that are plus-size now. And I think that's awesome. Because, you know, a typical woman goes into Gap and they're finding a size 0 and size 2 and they're going, fuck. But places like Torrid in the mall here at Lakewood, places like that are awesome. Because that's where my ex got a lot of her stuff and she's very happy with it. And that's the way. If mama's happy, everybody's happy. Is Ryan Gosling the next George Clooney? Well, it depends if he fucks Stacey Keebler or not, right? We'll see. We'll see. Would you spend $550 on a Barbie doll? I wouldn't spend $550 on a real doll. The Howard Stern style real doll. I wouldn't spend that money on that. That's horrible. No way. No way. Do you prefer to shop online or in a store? It really depends on my mood, to be perfectly honest with you. I can shop online and just buy a bunch of stuff I don't see in stores, but there's some stuff you can't get online, or can't get in stores, or can't get online. It really depends. Like, great example, the Lion King DVD that just came out on October 4th. If you went to the Disney store, you pre-ordered it, you got like a lithograph, and you got a whole bunch of other cool stuff with it. And if you bought it online, you just got the DVD. So it really depends on what you're in the mood for. I honestly prefer shopping at the store. Because you get the personal touch from the salesperson, and you get to see the stuff you're buying right up close and personal. That's just my personal preference. Pot-shaped candy. Entertaining or irresponsible? It's funny to stoners and non-stoners alike, but it is rather irresponsible when you really think about it. I mean, if candy's marketed toward kids, and you're putting pot leaves in kids' mouths, that's teaching them to do wrong. Should the next Wolverine be rated R? Depends how many Hugh Jackman nipples we see. If we see more than 2, it's R rating. If we see Jean Grey come back and they have a little whoopee in the back of the lab, that's NC-17 style right there. And that's not wrong. That's good stuff. Especially if, I forgot her name, isn't that awful? Whoever plays Jean Grey is
Famke Janssen.
Thank you, Famke Janssen. If she plays Jean Grey and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, no homo, but I'll watch that scene. Damn. Do you have Tex neck? I got ginger fat neck. Difference. Huge difference. What is art to you? I like certain paintings. I like certain music. I like certain books. You know, art is very interpretive. So I like most forms of artistic expression. There are certain things I don't like. There's certain things I do like. Very broad question, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that one be and let you all decide. If you could have dates with any 5 people, living or dead, who would they be? I like this question. Date-wise, I would date... you know... probably Marilyn Monroe, just because it's Marilyn Monroe. You know, she was the gorgeous woman of the time. Jackie Kennedy, post 63, because then I wouldn't have the Mafia and the CIA trying to blow my brains out. Not too soon. Wow, that's a good question. Shania Twain. I already got a kiss from her, so we just progress forward into the date situation. I don't know. Too many celebrities out there to decide 5. I mean, God. You know, wrestling divas, of course. You know, Trish, Stacy Keibler, Molly Holly, I dare say. Yeah, the booty on Molly Holly was something to behold. Yes. What do you think of the WWE not doing the tribute to the troops over in Iraq or Afghanistan anymore? It doesn't seem to be as special when they're not filmed in Iraq. Yeah, I kind of got bummed out last year when it was in, was it Fort Hood or wherever it was? Yeah, that was kind of like, really? I mean, I grant that this morning they announced that the troops are coming home by the holidays from Iraq. They're coming home, according to President Obama. So if there's no troops over there, really no point in going over there this year. But in previous years, it was always a special thing that the guys that were stuck over there doing the work that they really weren't, you know, supposed to be doing, but they went there to defend their country and to help their country and to help other countries. You know, it was nice to WWE to go out there and give them a special treat. Going to Texas, it's like those guys live in the country. It's not really all that special. So I thought it was kind of bullshit. Do you think I like this? Do you think infants enjoy infancy as much as adults enjoy adultery? Probably not. Adultery is just that thing that, you know, it's forbidden, it's taboo, it's wrong, but it's so right at times, you know, if you're being an adulterer. I've never been one in my life, so I don't know what that is like. But infants seem to enjoy their infancy, and they're cute about it, but the adults don't enjoy it nearly as much as they do it. What?
Adultery is sex before marriage.
Adultery is sex during marriage with somebody else.
No, that's just cheating on them.
It's still adultery. Still adultery. Yeah.
Whatever.
Adultery is wrong, infancy is right, but if adultery leads to infancy, that's double wrong. Anyway, moving on. What makes me feel special? Honestly, it's not me feeling special. It's seeing the big smile and the huge twinkle in my son's face when he is happy. That makes me feel special, honestly. Certainly ain't wrestling anymore because, you know, wrestling hasn't been special for a long time. It's decent, but it's not special like it was when I was a kid growing up, or a teenager growing up. Not the same. Is it okay for a 10-year-old to have a six-pack? Of beer on his chest or on his stomach? That's what I'm wondering. Either way, it's wrong. What was that kid that was on the Howard Stern show a few years ago? Little Hercules. Oh my God, that kid was creepy looking. No way a kid should have a six-pack of abs, nor should have a six-pack of beer, because that's wrong. Restaurant bans peeing standing up. They're right or uptight? So wait, all guys have to go in the actual porcelain potty and like sit down and do their thing? What restaurant is this? That's horrible. If I'm gonna pee, I'm gonna pee standing up like a guy, goddammit. That's bullshit. That is uptight. That's horrible. Who's more overrated? Taylor Swift or Justin Bieber? Bieber. And not only is he overrated, but he's an adulterer. He cheated on Selena Gomez, and that's wrong. He took her away from all of our old man creepy fantasies, and now he's done cheating on her with some bimbo model. That's wrong. You're a sick man, Bieber. No, you're a sick boy, Bieber. You're overrated. Taylor Swift would be overrated if she actually got to talk to her acceptance speech, but oh, that's right, Kanye fucked that up. Taylor Swift is awesome. Bieber is overrated. What's one thing people should know about you? I don't know. There's many things people don't know about me that they should. One thing I think you guys should know is that this is the end of this episode. I'm getting the wrap up back there. So until next time, this has been After the Bell. I'm Jeff Meacham, and you're not.